pals.
Do you believe in greetings, pals?
I believe in the Oscars.
I had a conversation with someone once, a mutual friend. I won't say who because I don't want to embarrass them.
Is it
and
me?
I mentioned, yeah, it was you. Because I'm going to say this, you're going to be like,
I don't remember.
motherfucker.
I don't remember.
I told you that in confidence. And I mentioned how innovative Cher's Believe was in the auto-tune sort of like pop sphere, like in pioneering it. And this person was like, oh, I didn't know there was auto-tune on that song. And I that's the face I made. Where I was just like,
hold on.
You clearly have not heard that song since you were an eeny-weensy tiny child. Like you would recognize it immediately if you listened
She
to
uses it in the masterful way that, T-Pain uses auto-tune.
Obviously. Like, it's like a lyre in the hand of a established troubadour or a virtuoso.
Speaking of troubadours and virtuosos, hey, what are we talking about, Thomas? Also, welcome to the podcast Throw in the Pow. Hold on. Welcome to the podcast Throw in the Pow. My name is Frank. Normally... what
There
happens?
would normally be someone else in that moment, but thank fuck.
Yeah,
No.
Marcus is gone. Yeah.
Sadly, Marcus couldn't be here for this record. We miss him so much. And when he messaged both of us and was like, I think what would be nice is just a respectful acknowledgement of my absence. I'm like, yeah, super respectful, man. Don't rely on that. Definitely.
We'll definitely take care of your memory, and we love you, pal. Who am I speaking to? And, okay.
I'm going through a tunnel.
So just to clarify, it is just Frank and Tom.
Yes,
Throw in the
hello,
Pow.
my name's Tom.
Oh, sorry, yes. And normally we rate films out of 11 on this podcast, and we debate them and love it or hate it. We debate it is the catchphrase and blah, 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 blah. But today we're doing our 4th annual Oscar special.
I think that's true. I think
And that
because
makes me feel old and also like...
Yeah, we're at
just
least 4.
terribly unsuccessful and crippled with anxiety and guilt and shame.
It is funny to go like... listening back and being like, wow, the 4th show, what have we learned? It's like, I think we've gotten worse. We might actually be devolving.
I think it's called leaning into the chaos.
That's true. Leaning into the swerve.
Just like a live award show, things can go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who are we to stop that?
Is that a dick? There was a... Well, no, there was...
Where?
No, Marcus isn't here today, so no. There's
Come on.
There was a streaker at the I can't remember which Academy Awards, but David Niven was on stage presenting an award, and a streaker runs out. And I think I've told this already on the pod, possibly. And David Niven, in just like the most like British astute and just wonderful immediacy, just kind of goes like, "Ladies and gentlemen, that was bound to happen." Like, it's such a good moment of bringing them all back.
It was 1974.
1974, so
Yeah.
52
Very good year.
years. Yeah, a very good year.
52 years. Let's bring it back for the anniversary.
Yeah. What won Best Picture that year?
Oh, great question.
Godfather Part 2, I want to say.
Really? God.
Let's see if I'm right. 1974, Best Picture.
Let's find out. The Sting.
That one. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, yeah,
no,
yes.
that one at the 74 awards for
Yes.
the year 1973.
That's what I mean.
So,
But it
okay,
was
my bad.
The Oscar. The Streaker was in 74. The Streaker didn't
You're correct.
audition
No.
in 73. The Streaker was like, guys, my dick is so long, I'll be there a year in
Or
advance.
they showed a clip of him and they're like, now remember, this is the streaker from the year in 73.
In memoriam.
But tragically he died. He just tripped over his own dick.
He can't be here tonight.
Oh, God, this
okay.
is so much better without Marcus.
Yeah, we're really holding our own.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we often have done in the past, the 3 other times we've done this, we do all the awards above the line, as they say. And Thomas, what does that mean?
I mean, basically, it's a bit of a backhanded term, but above the line are
It's like all the good ones. All the ones that people care
actually
about.
give a fuck about. It's
Hey,
all the
language.
awards that are not part of the craft categories. So you could say picture, director,
Craft
the
table is
acting,
like where the food is. So no
100%.
food.
No craft. Is craft like a...
Craft cheese.
Yeah, that's it. No cheese here. Not less since the streaker. I'll tell you that much. Dick cheese. Anyway, the best picture, best director, the acting categories, the writing categories are all above the line.
Yeah.
And then after that, you could argue like documentary and foreign language and animated film are kind of straddling it. And then basically everything under that is the craft categories or the shorts,
Yeah.
So that's and music and all that. which is crazy.
Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to go through the above the line awards and just assess our thoughts and feelings and who's going to win and make predictions and be wildly wrong and just have a great time chatting about film and what a year it's been. What a year it's been, you know.
It's been an interesting year. How do you just off the cuff? You've seen probably a pretty decent amount of these movies this year.
I've seen 8 out of the 10 Best Picture nominees.
Okay, what's your assessment as a whole? Do you think it's been a strong year? Give it based on the Academy's selection, not just on film in general. Beyond the
Yeah, I mean it's a good 10. I enjoy almost all of them that I've seen to an extent. There's nothing that I go fucking trash film.
I got one.
I know you've got one. We'll talk about it later. And it's not what you'd think,
It is not what I think.
especially for a theater nerd. You twat.
It's F1.
I hate racing and men.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like strong year. Pleasantly surprised. I've seen a few people talk about this, about how the last couple of years, it's like people are like, cinema's dead, cinema's dying, it's a dying art form, blah blah blah. It's not though. It's really not. And sure, like box office is struggling, and like going to the cinema is struggling in terms of financially, but like in terms of craft, I think we still get some wonderful pieces.
I think that's true. And I think that the box office struggles are always just ebbs and flows. It's always a parabolic sort of like cinema's dead, cinema's back, cinema's dead, which to even that conversation is becoming very boring now, because at a certain point you can gesture at that conversation all you want, but if it keeps happening, there is something to the degree of like an attitude or a conception picking up speed where people do go like, well, I don't know. People do seem to keep mentioning that cinema's dying every couple of months.
But also the more you zoom out on that parabolic graph, it just becomes a little squiggly line. Right?
I mean, you're right. Although you could argue that,
but the more you zoom in,
you can
oh my
see
gosh,
where
it's huge
you
hills.
can see where COVID hit on that line. You can kind of suddenly like
It's not
that was
perfectly
a
even.
that was a
It's
rough
not
year.
perfectly even.
No. Do you want me to? I don't know. We've got two different ways we could do this. We could just list the best picture films and talk about each one in turn, and then we'll probably touch on it again as we get to some of the craft and all the acting stuff and whatnot. Or if you want, I can try and list all the best picture nominations.
I think, as is tradition, you should go through and shoot your shot.
You want me to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Do you want me to try to do it alphabetically? Because
I mean, if I'll even-
I'm already
This is listed alphabetically, so yep, go.
I'm so not confident I could do that immediately.
A for A Sinners. No, that can't be right.
Is there an A? No.
No. Oh, no.
Is there an A? No. Is there a B? This is a terrible way of doing this. Let's just go through this. I really was overconfident.
There is a B. You know.
Wait.
there's a B.
I know the B. Belfast. Somehow
God.
back again. No.
You love it too much.
Let's start with the B. What's the B?
Oh my god, begonia.
Of course, it's begonia.
Is it called? How's it? Bug on ya? You got a bug on ya?
You got a bug on you. Yeah.
That's
that
what I
was the
thought.
idea.
As
That
an
was the
Australian, I was like, we got a bug on ya, because that's kind of how the film feels.
idea. That you got a bug on you?
Yeah, like.
But then you kind of go like, what's up with this little guy?
I'm in love with the
maybe I'm
bug.
maybe I'm gonna take him home and put him in a jar. And then you wake up the next day and like there are spores everywhere.
The
but
bug's
they make
lying,
you love
the bug's
the
lying
bug
to you.
more.
The bug's lying to you, and it's a whole fucking trick.
What
No,
did you think?
no spoilers. No spoilers.
What did you think of Begonia?
Begonia was fucking awesome.
I thought it was good.
Awesome.
As well. I quite
Such
liked
a good film. I think, people talk about the twist at the end. I am so glad that was the ending. If the ending had been anything different, like anything lackluster, I'd be like, why? Swing life away. It's a niche Rise Against reference.
I don't know if it's... Well, no, it probably is niche for the modern audience. How quick we forget Rise
It was
Against.
niche, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of Begonia?
I thought that it was a lot of fun. I remember, I think on my letterbox they talk about that like Yorgos is just a little stinker. And I think when things stink, they're good with him. When I think his movies stink, I mean it as a compliment. Like, I'm just like, ooh.
More like
that's
stank.
good. Yes, they stank. This shit stanks. And
Damn.
I think he sometimes gets lost in the funk. I didn't love Kinds of Kindness. I think that's an interesting movie that doesn't really cohere into anything really resembling a movie most of the time. But I love The Favourite. And I really, really like Dogtooth. And then I'm kind of like here and there about like Killing of a Sacred Deer and The Lobster. But I really, really liked Begonia. I thought just by the end I was cackling. I was really surprised by it. I find myself, and we'll probably get into the Best Actress stuff later, but I'm on the defensive side of the Emma Stone nomination in a way I didn't expect to be. People seem a little sick of her and seem to take it rather as a little pat that she's been nominated. To which I'm like, well, she gave a good fucking performance. So, like, that's what happens.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, of course she did. And also, like, Jesse Plemons and
Stavros.
Stavros. Incredible.
Stabby's in there. Yeah.
It's a very, very well acted. It's a craft sort of film.
Yeah. The craft of acting, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could argue the craft of all of it. Really, it's very
The music is cool.
Music is cool. The style,
way
art,
Yorgos shoots, the lens choices he makes always kind of like either it's a shot of some sort of like it's an establishing shot or it's some sort of exterior that really blows your mind, just the way he frames it, or the way he's creates like claustrophobia within that film with the close-ups on Emma, with the way he's frantically sort of like shooting the house in a very sort of
the editing style of it also sort of adds a lot to the atmosphere and the mood and the feel. A lot of the what's that one scene where Emma first gets attacked and she's running away and it's basically
so
like
funny.
Silence and she's just running and kicking and screaming and it's comical. It's slapstick in a way.
I said I'd get into it in the acting category, but like I have to say, a line of hers, I've thought about 2 lines of hers a lot from that movie, and it's a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
And one is where she realizes, again, I guess we're avoiding spoilers for this movie in particular because there's a lot going on in it, but like I will just say broadly, she gets kidnapped by Jesse Plemons and his cousin, I think, or maybe his brother. I think it's his cousin.
He says cousin.
And they believe she's an alien. And so she's like a girl boss, almost like a parody of like a CEO sort of type. And she's just telling them about how like, here's what's going to happen, right? She's still like
I'm in
exuding. And the second they go to leave the basement, she just goes, I'm sorry, I think we got off on the wrong foot. And you see the way in which she's suddenly like, I overplayed my hand and I can't believe it.
I need a different tactic. I need a different way to do this.
And then later she wrestles Plemons to the ground in one scene and she says, you know what happens? Like, I win because I'm a winner and you are a loser, and that's fucking life. And the way she spits it at him when she does, I just was like, this is incredible. I love how this woman works. I'm a real big fan of it. I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah, both of them leading that film it's great to watch. It's fun to watch. All right, moving on to the next letter in the alphabet, C. There's nothing for C. D, nothing for D.
We should keep this going.
The next one is F1.
With E, yeah, F.
EF.
F1, obviously. We're doing
Effervescent one.
Imagine if it wins and people go, what one? And it's like, oh, F1. 1.
Who's F?
F1.
Mr. F.
I saw a review of this that was F1NE, just spelling fine. Wow. I remember seeing that. And that's basically my feelings about it. I think it's fine.
I think it's F2 and I think it's better.
There's a little bit more going on.
I found myself, maybe it was because I watched it last night and I wonder if it's like getting middling reviews the whole way. So I wonder if I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to hate it. I'm probably going to be bored. I found myself really drawn to all the characters, even Brad Pitt, even though he's doing very little. And
I think successfully little. He's not my problem with the movie.
The problem is the writing. I think just the actual dialogue.
Yeah.
And this, what's the story? What else would the story be? I don't mind. I don't mind the old comeback guy. I love Damson Idris. I love Javier Bardem.
Kerry Condon.
It's so just good. Incredible. Like,
Javier Bardem's very good.
This is the thing. You have a cast like that, and you go, well, doesn't matter what you're saying. Doesn't matter what you're doing. I'm gonna like you. And I found it like
why were you giving someone a pep talk in Little Italy? Hey, look, it doesn't matter what you're saying. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I'm going to like you. I'm Paulie Big Knockers.
And I found myself getting quite emotional when the first...
Did my bit just then?
No.
You were really drawn into the character work?
Sorry. I will never care about you. Damson Idris has the big crash in the fireball and the car crash, and you're like... I was like surprised at how emotional that made me. And Brad Pitt runs in and gets the hero shot, and he's like, no, give me the fire extinguisher. And he goes in to save him. It's like, mate, just calm down.
There's probably other people who know what they're doing.
It's great that the movie gave him that moment because, of course, they did. But it's like, but still, I was like, yeah, I'm glad you're here to save me, Brad Pitt. That's what
Sounds
I
like
felt.
something
I'm sorry.
overheard in your sleep at one
His
point.
children
You
have
just-
never said that, which is
Imagine
sad.
you
but
just say,
that-
oh, wow.
Oh, hey, let's move on. Let's
Heavy.
move on.
No. I want to
Oh,
say
you should talk about Joseph Kosinski.
that scene in particular that you just referenced comes at like almost the halfway point of the film.
Yeah.
My issue with that movie is I think it's very poorly paced because that happens, and I remember sitting in the cinema and thinking like, this movie has like another fucking hour to go, like more. We've just hit the apparent high emotional climax, and then the next 40 minutes of the movie are Damson Idris just being like, I wish I could race again, but I can't, and Brad Pitt being like, I guess I'm just gonna keep racing and fucking Kerry Condon, and it's like, this is not that interesting. This is pretty deflating, and then it gets to the last sequence in the film, which I think is very successful.
And everyone online has debunked the actual race tactics and how legible that would be and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, who cares? Like,
The
get
film
off it.
keeps going out of its way to over-explain the rules of racing to you in a way where I was like,
He's got fresh tires. They're too cold. You'll never be able to go fast around the track.
truly, like every scene is
Yeah.
someone just being like, if he makes this corner, he'll win the entire race. And someone's like, what? I said, like just repeating every time.
100%. Like,
Just
just
in
never
case.
watch. Like, Drive to Survive doesn't even exist. It's like, F1's very popular now. Everyone can just relax a little bit.
It's also that like I kept being like, if you'd said that once, I either would have remembered it or I wouldn't have cared, and I would have assumed from the sequencing in the film this is the important part. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to know this is going to win him this many points or in this. It's not that complicated. So
Yeah.
that was weird. I despite myself, got pretty. I remember doing a little inhale when they put the camera on the front of the fucking car.
Yeah.
And it zooms in on Kerry Condon, and someone says, "What's he doing?" And she goes, "He's flying."
Oh, yeah.
And he'd said that
yeah.
earlier in a very overwrought monologue about when you're out there and it feels perfect, it's like you're flying. But when it cuts to that shot on the front of the bonnet of the car, you're like, that's fucking worth the whole 2 hours to get to that moment. And a lot of people talked about why wasn't more of the movie filmed that way, and I'm like, because then that shot doesn't matter. Then it's not that shot when you get to it.
That's so true. You have to earn that moment.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it's a good, fairly middling, but okay.
I liked it a lot more than I thought, and I think I had to purchase it on Google, so now I have it forever.
Okay.
I didn't stream it on an illegal site, so
All right.
good for me.
You just typed into Google F1
F1 free movie.
$200, and you gave someone your credit card, and they gave you a shitty copy of F1.
Sidebar: have you seen Drive to Survive? Like, you've seen any of it?
I know, but
Because there's a lot of like,
Netflix
oh, that's
show?
the guy. There's the guy. There's the, Christian Horner. There's Toto Wolff. There's all the people that you know and love from the show.
Of course. Again, is it Netflix?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who are very into it when if it's the show. I'm thinking.
Season 1 was fantastic, and then season 4 is kind of like the meme online is like, they'll go kind of similar to the movie. They go, well, it started raining, so then the track was wet. And you're like, yeah, that's what rain does. Like, over-explaining what happens in
It's
racing.
Kit Harington in
Longest
fucking
Day's
7 days in hell. Like,
Yeah.
right, well, see, I like to try and hit the ball over to the other side, and if the ump calls out and it's the other guy's side, I like that very much. But when it happens to me, I don't like it. Yes, I understand tennis. I'm just wondering what your strategy is. Yeah, indubitably. Yes, I understand what you mean.
Okay, moving on to Franken.
Stein. Franken Epstein's Island. But we shorted it to Frankenstein.
Ooh.
Is that the theme song you wrote for the island? It's not bad. It's like
Yeah, 'cause
very
that's-
welcoming when you get off.
It's
the
actually
plane.
just samples of everyone's sounds. Okay,
Francis.
stop. Move on. Okay.
It kind of sounded like a Survivor. It sounded a little like the. Hey, oh, yeah, yeah. But instead, it's like. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I hate this. Move on.
I
Jacob Elordi.
I don't
Jacob
love this
Elordi
bit
is
either.
nominated.
We've talked about Frankenstein. It's probably the least we need to get into anything other than it's a pretty good-looking movie that's very numbskulled. But certainly,
Respectfully, I'll disagree, but yes,
in my
we have
opinion,
spoken about it a lot on the pod.
I think it's watchable. I think I'm baffled by a lot of the decisions made into the actual adaptation of it, but whatever.
Sure.
And
Okay,
that people
well,
are so into Elordi's performance in a way I don't understand, but that's okay. We can move on.
Okay, we'll move on to your next favorite, Hamnet, which
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I haven't seen.
I won't get too into it, but I have seen this movie, and I did.
That's what you went with.
I
With all the options of puns.
I am not a fan of this movie. I think this movie.
That's the grab for TikTok.
That's the grab,
Yeah.
obviously.
Wow, we've just done it.
I think Hamnet is fucking terrible. Like, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's, off-putting. I don't think it's boring. I think it's an actively really, really fucking bad movie. Like, it upset me.
It's Chloe Zhao, right?
It's Chloe Zhao, who directed No Man Land and has directed a few other films before. Obviously did Eternals as well, so high watermark there. And I just...
But she won for Nomadland, or
She did, and she's obviously a very, very adept. I think. Well, I liked Nomadland. I haven't seen it since COVID. It's been a bit memory hold, but like I liked
That's
it.
Frances McDormand. She won for that as well.
She won for that as well. Best actress,
the
best
year
picture, best
after
director.
Three Billboards.
No. It's a few years after, but three
It
billboards.
was
was
3 years.
Three billboards, which we of course
Call
count
years.
as
I call
years.
years,
The
yeah.
Billboard charts is what you're referring to. I meant 3 top 200 Billboard charts.
Seasons, yeah. Frances McDormand has gone platinum for her Oscar.
How many hottest 100s have we? Are we saying 4 hottest 100s?
I think it's sort of sexist to be like referring to her as a hottest 100.
Well, yeah, she's getting up there. I'm just like, I think she will be hottest at 100, is what I'm saying.
Well, if she makes it. And I hope she does. I hope she lives forever.
Because then, Hachi Mama.
Mama.
Hamnet. Jesus Christ.
You don't want to talk about it. It's fine.
I will just say, I think that movie...
Is anyone good in it?
I think Jessie Buckley's performance is one of the most comically, severely, insultingly, I will win an Oscar for this performances I've seen in a long time. Like,
Wow.
I was
Wow.
checked the fuck out and actively resistant to what she was doing. I don't think Paul Mescal's all that good in it, but I just think he's pretty much there. I think the choices that movie makes in its storytelling and its attempts to grapple with grief are inelegant and fucking deplorable and very cynical. And I think that its use of Shakespeare as part of its story is the only reason I think someone could ascribe interest to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if this were just the story of a family and one of them happened to be a playwright or a writer in the fucking 16th century, the late 16th century, and we were just kind of expected to care, we wouldn't. But people go, oh, so that's what Hamlet's about. And I'm like, stabbing myself with a fork, being like, that's not what Hamlet's about. This is fucking stupid. I really,
And if
really,
it is, it makes me hate Shakespeare.
I love Shakespeare in Love so much, and I just think we all didn't know how good we had it, and maybe we just should all give it to Shakespeare in Love this year again. Instead, maybe it should get a second Best Picture, just because Hamnet sucks. That's basically my least favorite movie last year.
This is, I called you the night and I said, I've got these movies to watch. What should I watch? And you're like, oh, honestly, probably F1 or Secret Agent. Definitely not Hamnet. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. That's my decision made. All right, so you don't think Jessie Buckley will win?
Yes,
we'll
she
get
will.
into it, obviously. She will.
Jessie Buckley 100% steamrolling her way to an Oscar. I think it's fucking stupid, but which is because I like Jessie Buckley. I think she's a good actress. I think the performance is...
This isn't the one.
No, not for me.
Okay,
but anyway.
Speaking of not the one and not for me, Marty Supreme.
So you saw it?
Yeah,
Okay. I wasn't actually sure you'd seen Marty Supreme. What did you think?
I didn't like it. And I didn't really care for Timothée Chalamet. And I feel bad saying that because I think I'd said this like a month ago. I was like, I would go to bat for this guy. I like his marketing. I like his moxie. I like the way he is in the world. And I like that he takes it so self-seriously in a way that he's like, I want to be someone great. I want to be making great art, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, good. I'm behind you, kid. Like, go on and do it. And he hasn't. It's just a Safdie brothers. Everything's going wrong and he's trying to scramble his life together. And I don't see, this is such a cliche, but there's no Oscar moment. There's no real moment where you go, wow.
I think
I
there
understand
is.
why.
When he
wins the table tennis game and he falls down.
Probably there's another moment as well, but I think there's two typical ones.
Almost at the end. Almost. The very last scene. spoiler alert, he breaks down sobbing in a very emotional moment.
It worked on me.
Yeah, that worked on me, of course, because I'm
A ping pong enthusiast.
let's do. We can't do it without spoilers.
I mean, the weird thing is that like so many of these movies, I would argue, don't even rely so much on like to say that at the end of the movie, Marty Supreme has a child. I don't think really. I would be surprised for anyone to say, "Wow, I watched the movie, but you really ruined it for me with that." I'm like, I don't think that really ruins anything. I think it's just kind of like there are so many things that happen in that movie, and that being a resultant thing. Which becomes pretty clear that there's some version of it that's going to happen. Maybe 7 minutes into the movie.
Yeah. It's not
out of
obvious.
nowhere. There's a fairly in-depth exploration of the possibility of someone being fertilized in that film in a way that I think's pretty bracing, and I enjoy that scene. I don't disagree with some of your takes there that there is a very stereotypical safety flavor to this movie.
Yes.
I happen to enjoy those sorts of movies. I still think this is my least favorite of the trilogy of Good Time, Uncut Gems, Marty Supreme.
Yeah. And let me say, I expected to like it more, so that's why I was disappointed. I just thought it would be a bit more like have that safety feel of like anxiety, but also just be a bit more fun considering the marketing and considering the press tour.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, no, it's actually really dramatic and you're not really going to, like, laugh. You might enjoy the ride, right? But you're not going to... It just felt like the marketing was wrong and put me into a different mindset going into the film.
It's also the sort of laugh when you do that it's like, get a fucking load of this guy is what makes you laugh. You don't. There are no typical punchlines. There is just a moment where Chalamet will say something so out of pocket, you're just like, like, Jesus Christ. You know, he has one line pretty early on where he says of one of his opponents, I'm going to finish the job the Nazis couldn't. Because his opponent's Jewish, and that just sits there for 5 seconds. He's like, I'm allowed to say that I'm Jewish. And you're
Jewish,
like, Jesus. Like,
and he goes, I'm basically Hitler's worst nightmare.
I'm Hitler's worst nightmare, which is, I think, I really like that scene.
Well, that's the thing. Like, these lines, great. The script writing, interesting, fun. But the film, I don't know. I just expected so much more. And maybe that's, again, like my F1 experience was great because I had no expectations. But of course, Marty Supreme, he's already winning a bunch of awards. They're having a great
Probably going to win the Oscar, I would say.
Yeah, that kind of disappoints me.
He wouldn't be my choice out of the category. I'm not unhappy with him winning it. I agree with you on a lot of levels where I would say it's not my favorite Chalamet performance, it's not my favorite Safdie movie, it's not my favorite movie of the Best Picture lineup. Did I come out of it basically being like, I enjoyed that. I was taken along with it. I had very few moments where I was like, I'm kind of out on this. I have elements of it where I'm aware of what Safdie's doing, as to the degree of basically being like, this is, it's sort of the inverse of Hamnet, in that Hamnet's almost like, it basically addresses the perspective of what do you do when your husband is a creative type or an ambitious type and they negate everything else except for you, which I don't think Hamnet does a very good job of exploring at all, but it's kind of got that element. Whereas Marty Supreme is like, here's what being an ambitious person does to you. And obviously there's some layer of that where a filmmaker is always kind of sort of saying like, I'm sorry I am this way. I'm sorry this is who I am.
Marty. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm an absolute pain in the ass nightmare.
And there are times where I find that in service of the idea, the movie has to do things like be pretty reductive about its female characters. Of course, that's kind of part and parcel of that's how Marty is and how he views things. But I do, on some level, I look especially at a movie like Uncut Gems, which has an incredible Julia Fox performance in it, and I think a very fleshed out character. And I think Odessia, whose last name I can't remember, but she's the love interest in Marty Supreme. I think she's like got a couple
Odessia Azion.
Odessia Azion. She's pretty remarkable, and she's got a couple of really standout scenes, I think, in the movie. But of course, like the whole point is for her to be neglected. The whole point is for Marty to walk all over people, and most especially be pretty disrespectful to the women in his life.
Incredibly so. And you're kind of like, hey man, like how are you not getting slapped all the time?
Yes.
Like,
not that he's not a dick to the men, but like
he's just a dick to everyone.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Every interaction with them just ends with him being like, "You're kind of old and washed up, huh?" And you're like, "Jesus Christ, man!"
And she's always like, "Lunch?"
Yes. Afterwards, she's always like, "I want to fuck this kid." Which it's Timothée Chalamet, so you kind of get it, but it's also not Gwyneth Paltrow. So like,
and also look at Chalamet in this movie. Like they've done a great job of making him look real unappealing. He looks
the
bad.
makeup work. The sort of
sorry, to go back
bumps and
to
ridges.
Odessa Azion.
Yeah.
She's like incredibly famous, and I didn't realize. Like I looked her up on, I think it's Instagram. She's got like millions of followers. I was like,
Right, but this is her first big film role, correct?
yeah, she's
Yes.
acted before, but yeah, this is her first big one.
Right.
So it's
I'd
like,
never
was
seen
she,
her in anything before. She obviously has a great look, and I think she has a line in this movie that breaks my heart that I thought was really, really powerful when she says to him in the scene that you probably remember after they're driving away from that fucking house in the middle of the field, where, by the way, it's Penn Jillette as the guy, you know, the racist dude with the shotgun?
in the house.
That's Penn from Penn and Teller. That's like the magician Penn Jillette. Yeah, I know, right?
What?
Isn't that insane? He looks so fucking like.
And you barely see him. Like it's not like
He truly has like two lines, and they're both just like anti-Semitic slurs, and then him shooting people.
and then
But
shooting, yeah, and killing.
when they're driving away from the farm and they've got the money that they've been looking for, and she goes, "You can go on your trip." And she's like hyperventilating, and she's just thinking of him in that moment. I remember that broke my heart. That was a really beautiful moment.
But also, they don't have the money, and Marty's lied to her.
Yes, which
Great,
is
like
you know,
of course he has.
the movie does what the other Safdie brother movies do, which of course this is just Joss Safdie. Him and Benny split up, and Benny made the awesome choice of making the profoundly successful Smashing Machine, which I think has 23 Oscar nominations this year.
Yeah,
The
it broke
Rock
the
was
record.
nominated for 7 Best Actor nominations.
The
somehow.
whole category is just The Rock.
The Smashing Machine, the Smashing Machine is bad in my opinion, but I did quite like Marty Supreme, even though yes, it's iterative of the movies that have been made before. It's characters who are in over their head, but have just some weird, almost supernatural magnetism and charisma and ability to pile drive their way through situations.
And the resilience and the drive, where you're like, you just give up, just quit, just lay down for a second, and they just never do. They just never do. Big tub thumping vibes, and I'm okay with that.
I get knocked down.
But I get up again. Speaking of, I just need to do a little. Whoa!
Bit of tub thumping.
I'm just doing some tub thumping with my Guinness Zero.
Oh, nice. I've got my Crown Lager. Cheers.
Crown Lager. Is it 1985?
And bring back Stacy, Madonna, and my big
Beautiful.
Crown Lager.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, moving on to... Yeah, we could make another joke about this conversation being a battle. It's one battle after another.
A movie we've spoken extensively about has many
Extensively?
nominations.
Extensively? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think I missed a vowel. No, I missed a consonant. Fuck.
Are you a cheater?
I tried to shame you for being mean to me, and I just doubled down.
We have spoken extensively about one battle after another, and I think at the end of the episode you said it's always one battle after another with me. I remember you saying that.
Fucking thing after another with you. I believe I got pretty explicit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie is great, and I think in my top 3 for the best picture noms. I kind of maybe that's retroactive.
I guess I should have a look at that when I get to it. I guess probably it almost certainly would be for me as well. I imagine it probably is my third out of the 10. Yeah, I think it's a really, really powerful movie. I think it's very effective. I still maintain that like there is just a aspect of its established pantheonic power, its masterpiece status that I cannot access, and it bums me out a little. But ultimately, I just go like, I think it's a really, really, really awesome movie. And
I think that's the thing for us as film enthusiasts and people who are like, cinema's not dead. You shut your mouth. We we want
the most intimidating threat.
Hey,
you shut you
put your
get your hands off her.
Yeah, we want to see masterpieces like Back to the Future. We want to see something that's a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 11, as we should say. It's never going to happen, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, Interstellar, oh my gosh, Inglourious Basterds, oh my gosh, Kill Bill Volume 3, and you're like, nothing's quite there, except for, I don't know, Iron Man 1, but like...
Sure. Or Fool's Gold, for instance.
Yeah, or
universally beloved movies.
I was going to say Daredevil. What's his name? Deadpool. Who's the guy I like?
Deadpool and...
the rose-tinted glasses are coming off. But this film, people are like, it's PTA's best work, blah, blah, blah.
It's the one. And it's an interesting point you bring up there where it's like, I'm trying to develop a bit more. It's really made me think about how I approach movies since watching One Battle. And I'm like, I need to be a bit more willing to try to pay maybe less attention, or if I'm going to pay attention to stuff when it's coming, that I just kind of do it without too much anticipation or expectation. Because some of the best movies I saw last year were ones where I went into, and 10 minutes in, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Holy shit. And it just arrested me.
Legit. Yeah.
And I didn't have that experience with One Battle because I just was like, this is incredibly well executed and it's like on the level I basically expected it to be. It's not transcending those expectations.
And I saw it late, but it was everywhere over the internet, whereas
Of course.
Train Dreams, Sinners, Sentimental Value,
Yeah.
even Marty Supreme is less on the internet
Yeah.
in terms of memeage and things like that, and also just coverage of people analyzing it and talking about film. And obviously that's my algorithm. It sort of is a lot of film content, but I do feel like that soured the movie a little bit in a way that I already knew what the tone was going to be. I already knew what the feeling was going to be, and I already had that expectation because everyone around me had that expectation.
Yes. There was really a swelling and a sort of irrepressible and very organic enthusiasm for that film, where even some of the backlash felt very kind of engineered in a way where it's like, well, we can't all love this movie. And every time I read someone be critical of it, I was like, I mean, maybe you feel that way, but that's like, I certainly don't feel like that. I can't really get on board with too many of the criticisms, apart from a couple of the ones I made. I think it's been nominated for 13 Oscars,
I believe so, which is the previous record.
It was one of those things where this has been just such a record-setting year, and Sinners is, obviously so remarkable. We will get to that shortly. I still think we have a couple more.
If that's O, then
yes, but Sentimental Value would be first because it's got that.
Yeah,
The
Vow.
It's just
which
got
you
that.
know so much about.
Yes, a movie with Channing Tatum and Rachel McAdams. The Vow.
Oh, The Vow. Because
Is it A?
Isn't that
E?
no? Because
I owe you my life.
hey, also, isn't that the same plot as 50 First Dates, but done as a drama?
And a bad one. I went to a wedding in Darwin last year, and
Good start.
No,
Good start.
it was nice. It was lovely.
Are they still together?
They are. Yeah. Don't you
good.
doubt it. That's
Good.
evolution
Glad for
for
them.
you. Darwin.
Dumb Ways to Die?
In Darwin? Is that what you said? Oh, right. Dumb ways to die in
Darwin
Darwin.
theory?
Give me your number one. What's your dumb way to die in Darwin?
Crocodile eats ya.
That's actually. What have we got? Oh, that's actually the most sensible way to die in Darwin, turns
Not
out.
sensible.
But no, Darwin's lovely. I had a wonderful time there, and I was having I was at the wedding, and
On this podcast, we rate films out of 11. What are you talking about Darwin for? Can you hurry up and get to the point of the story? Jesus.
I like that you
Darwin
you reiterate the actual thing.
Love it or hate it, we debate it. Darwin.
What are you
versus
talking
Melbourne.
about?
Okay.
Darwin was lovely. I had a wonderful time there. I was at a
Shut
wedding
up.
I might have mentioned. And anyway, they mentioned The Vow in their speech. And so then I went back to the Airbnb afterwards and watched it and pretty much was like, maybe that wedding was bad. Like, that was a fucking horrible movie. Like, it devalued the wedding. No, I'm kidding. It was a lovely wedding.
Mm-hmm.
The Vow, how many has been nominated for 7, 8 Oscars this year?
The Vow.
Yeah. Well, there's only 6 when Y is one as well. So I suppose it could only get those
it's
6
what's it called?
nominations.
Soft Vow. No, a transient vow. No.
I don't think so. I think
Hitchhiking vow.
Hitchhiker's Guide to
Vows?
Vowels? We really took the pause there to see if we could fit that in, and we did.
We managed it. We did the perfect Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy job.
All right. Hey, Val, let's get on with this, shall we?
Somebody. Hey now.
Hey, Val. Hey, Val.
Hey Val. Jesus.
Hey, Val. That's a hard R. It's not a...
What are you talking about hard R's for?
What are we doing?
We're moving on to the next film. I
Which
think we're going
was?
to go to Secret Agent. Well, The Secret Agent. So I
of
think it
course,
should actually be
The
down the
Secret
list.
Agent.
But
It's not Sentimental Value. The Secret Agent, a movie you didn't watch.
no.
A Brazilian film.
Will they speak
I-
Portuguese?
Where they speak Portuguese, you're correct. It's awesome that you have that information offhand. That's not something
Yeah.
that came up in a recent embarrassing conversation for you.
For you, I agree.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that
embarrassing. I was on
lucky?
the fucking phone with an idiot. It was the most embarrassing thing about it.
Schooled me again.
But no, it was it's a wonderful film. I really, really enjoyed The Secret Agent. Wagner Moura is incredible in it. It's a very strange, twisty, turny, adult, psychological, political thriller. And
So he really is a secret agent.
you got to watch the movie. That's one that also
This
defies.
is not so much of a secret. Like he's known, but he's the agent, man.
It's such an interesting title, and it plays in a really interesting way how it slowly becomes evident what the movie's about, because it plays with that expectation very well, where you're like, 10 minutes into the movie and you're like, all right, I think I get what this guy's deal is and I get what's going on here. And every 20 minutes you're like, wait, what the fuck is this movie about? Like, what's happened? In a very pleasing and a very sort of mysterious way, and a very, very playful way, despite it being a very violent movie in some
So it's like a
moments.
12-course degustation menu, and it just keeps coming out.
I think that's basically the pull quote from the New Yorker. So well done of just nailing that.
Check that for me. Yes.
Secret Agent's great. Wagner Moore is incredible in that movie. I think it's a great film. Really, really good. Sentimental was next.
Sentimental Value.
You watched this recently. What do you think?
I watched this a few nights ago, and I did check with you that it was in Norwegian.
Yeah.
Halfway through, because I was watching a version that might not have been legitimate, and I was like, "There's got to be a better version." So I did end up buying it and paying real money for it for the actual version. It turns out they were the same version, so I could have just watched it for free. It was just beautiful, poignant, so lovely, so well done. I don't think I can really, point at any major flaws. Like, there's nothing that you go, that didn't work for me. Like, it all worked for me. I thought it was incredibly beautiful and sad. And obviously the last there's a big wanna shot that runs through, which has sort of been the through line of the film up to that point of what we're sort of going towards and aiming towards. It shocked me, it rocked me, and it made me feel like, what rhymes with blocked and socked and shocked?
I don't think there's A, B. Well, that's basically all the letters. So
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
what
yeah.
it would be otherwise.
Bocked.
It bocked you.
Docked.
Yeah.
I docked.
Oh, okay. You docked with the movie.
I docked with it emotionally.
That's good. That would be. We could call Joachim Trier and be like, "Do you know what docking is?" Like, "Oh yeah. Me and Stellan, we did this on the film set a lot. Actually, it got him into character. He would put his little Willy inside my foreskin, and then we would film."
Stop. We're going to get barred. We'll never be able to post anything online again.
In Norway, they don't give you an Oscars; they just dock with you, and that is the best picture
I
award.
wonder if that word with the skin and the number 4 is barred on YouTube. Like, I wonder if we'll be...
Docking?
Yeah, docking I think will be fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be
See.
all right.
Anyway, what do you think of Sentimental Value?
I thought it was okay. I'm a little cooler on it than most people. I think that it was a little bit maybe. It's almost like there's an emotional story or journey that the film wants to take you on, and I feel like I got it within about 25 minutes. I was like, oh, okay, I understand what this relationship is between the father and the daughters.
Yeah.
And then the movie sort of goes like, well, what you might not know is this is an effort for him to explain something to them, and it's going to reveal to you as it goes on that this is his mode of connecting with her, and the way that they're closed off from each other. This is sort of their avenue. And I'm like, no, I get that. And then it gets to the end of the movie and he goes, did you see that was what it was? I was like, no, I really did get that from the start. Now, I still think it is quite lovely and touchingly rendered. And there's a sequence in it between the two sisters at the end that breaks my heart. And I just was openly sobbing in the cinema when it gets to their conversation.
It's that. Oh, yeah, and then they do the big hug.
Well, when it's obviously
Sorry,
Renita
that's right.
Reinsva is the lead actress, who's wonderful, and she's also from The Worst Person in the World and A Different Man. I can't remember the supporting actress's name. It's Inga, and then she's got
Inga Ibsdotter Lilias.
Yes, and she's nominated for an Oscar as well. And I would say it's because she has such a patient and a kind demeanor and countenance in the film that I find very, very helpful in shaping the emotional integrity of it.
That's a really good way to describe it. It is very helpful. She is kind of like the rudder.
Yes, which then you get in that scene at the end, you realize that was what her older sister was to her. And she has that line where she says, there was a big difference in how we grew up. I had you. And I just broke down. And I was like, this is what the movie kind of is much more successfully about, and it doesn't spend as much time with them as I would like it to.
Yeah, and you wish it did, because you kind of go, like you said, you know what's going to happen with Stellan Skarsgård as the
I
father.
was so waiting for the movie to kind of throw something at me where I was like, oh, okay, that's a new revelation, or that's something I wasn't expecting.
agree.
And I kind of just knew everything that was going to happen, but I still was pleased to watch.
And similar to the Chalamet conversation in Marty, I expected more from Skarsgård. I sort of thought there was going to be
Yes.
a lot, like it's all, like, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But in terms of what clip are they going to show? What clip are they going to show?
You know, the one of the best scenes in the movie for him and for Renata is when they go out and share a cigarette quietly together when the family gathers.
amazing. Yeah.
And they don't say anything, and there's just that connection that they've formed over making fun of the brother-in-law.
It's a little bit of like, hey, we're repairing the relationship.
We're just on the right side of each other. And in the
on the-
very next moment, he's suddenly attacking her again. And she's like, fuck, dude, I thought we were working this out. But yeah, that's a really tender moment. And I think that's really well done. You can't show that at the Oscars because it's just two people having a cigarette. It's just like, isn't this every European movie, right? So it would be a little...
with
reductive.
context, it's wonderful. But that's the beauty of film.
Stellan's performance is very understated in a way that I appreciate, but I agree with you that if someone had shown me 30 big movies from this year in isolation and they went, pick one of the supporting performances out of those movies, pick 5 that you think are going to be big, I really don't think I would have relied on his. I think it's a narrative around him and where he's at as an actor, and I do think that there's a quite a dignity to that performance, and obviously
There's a dignity and a wonderful confidence and just like surety of like, I know exactly what I'm doing. And he does, like, all the emotional moments are hit perfectly. I don't think anything's off note or like off kilter. But like, you look at that next to the other people in his category, like Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi, and you're like, oh, they're all swings, man.
Delroy Lindo.
Which is not Delroy Lindo. It's not like that's a bad thing, but it's like 4 out of the 5 are like huge, big acting swings and very bold choices.
It is a weird performance. It's the outlier in that category.
Yeah, and I don't mean like maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's great because it is.
So
I mean, obviously, it's the most natural performance out there. So then it's like, well, does that qualify it?
Yeah.
And that's a part of a larger conversation. But I think it's wonderful. I just expected a little bit more from him. I don't know. And maybe it's because the sisters are so strong and they do become a bit more of an appealing storyline. Like maybe it's a fault of the writing. Yeah, he's great, but I just didn't feel that attached or that grabbed by it.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's not my favorite allocation of focus, that movie. I just kept... Even though there are some great, there's some lovely montages. Like that one you talk about at the end, obviously is great. But like the opening where they talk about the house, and the daughter writing an essay about the house, and then in the middle of the film they have one more sequence like that goes for about 6 or 7 minutes, and it's just kind of like these are some of the other things that happened in the house, and this was what the '60s, and this was and I love that shit. I just think that's really, really majestic and really like powerful in a way that some of the rest of the movie felt a little. Not uninspired,
but I think
not arresting.
No, and those moments where it takes you out of the narrative story and onto, throwbacks and stuff, but it breaks up the energy. It really brings your attention back, because it is totally out of character for the rest of the film, in a way that is lovely and refreshing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, moving on.
Sinners.
Correct.
An incredible fucking movie. We talked about it already. Probably.
Hell yeah.
6-7 months ago now. I keep saying 6-7. I don't mean to. Like several months ago now.
What's that?
Nothing. It's my Jacob Elordi's measurements.
Yeah, so Sinners is fantastic. We have spoken about it.
For his penis. Sorry, I just realised you didn't realise what I was saying there.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad.
Jacob Elordi. Jacob engorged. I like that one. You don't like
shouldn't.
That? You don't like that one?
Just to be clear. No. You shouldn't.
Jacob a pork sortie.
It's obviously Jacob O'Lordy, but we've already done that, so just stop.
Yeah, okay.
Please stop. Sinners is fantastic. I'm glad it got nominated for the most Oscar nominations ever.
16.
That's fucking huge.
It's crazy.
It's awesome. It's a statement piece by a real artist who I think is going to go down in history. I think Michael B. Jordan is awesome, and the more I think about Michael B. Jordan...
I agree with you entirely. Sorry, it's really, really well put. Will go down forever and is a lovely statement piece.
Thanks.
You fucking... I eat my butt. Like, do you not like it when I tell you you've done something well for once?
Michael B. Jordan, I think, is... the more I hear about it, the more I see him talk about it, I want him to win.
I think I agree. I really think he's probably my pick if I'm voting. I
Yeah.
really, really, really love him in that movie. And
Yeah.
it's such a wonderfully achieved separation that he gets there with Smoke and Stack.
Yeah, playing the twins, so just classy. It's just such a classy performance.
It's there's not a gimmick to it. There's not a sense that he's really had to differentiate. Of course, they are dressed differently. Like, yes, of course, one of them
yeah, that's
does
good.
this, and one of them,
But it doesn't feel
smokes,
like-
and the other one rolls the cigarettes. But no, it doesn't feel
It's
like
like when
they
you
had to be
see-
like, we're going to give one of you an eye patch.
But it's when you see like a classic Shakespeare from our uni days, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm the twins from Comedy of Errors, and Mel, I'm the other twin, and I go to head on. And it's like, wait, but they look this, like there's no, it's real acting.
You shouldn't have performed Shakespeare that way. Just so, like, I really think.
Well, I was in
that was a
iambic pentameter,
swing,
which was good.
obviously, yes.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Iambic.
Iambic.
Yeah, Sinners is great. It's stylish as hell. It's the coolest film I've seen in 5 years, and I didn't think I would like it because it's spooky, scary with vampires, and I loved it. And I want to watch it again.
We had a lovely time when we saw it at IMAX together.
Correct.
Yeah, that was nice.
Do you think it should win 16 awards or?
Do I think it should win all 16? I don't think that's possible, given that it has some. No, I suppose it doesn't have any. No, you're right. There are no overlaps in any of the categories. It could very well. It won't.
Imagine if it just swept.
Just
Imagine
every
that.
Oscar, it won't win. It will probably not win all that many, unfortunately. But we'll get to that. What have we got after Sinners?
The last film, the one that we spoke about, the one that broke me entirely, Train Dreams.
Yeah. You should tell me more about that.
This film, it is the most somber little, tranquil little piece of filmmaking that I got to the end and I felt like I was bound like a spring or a coil ready to just release. And Lucy walked in the room. I got the lights off. I'm just sitting there waiting for something to happen. And she goes, "Are you all right?" And I said, and I just started like shaking, sobbing. And she came over. I said, "Can I have a hug?" She just started laughing at me because she was like, "What are you doing sitting in the dark by yourself, sobbing?"
Did she have a sense that you'd watched a movie?
Well, yeah, the credits were still rolling, so it was
Okay,
dark.
because otherwise,
but, like,
if
it's a black
you're
screen.
otherwise, what you described is you crying in the dark, and your wife go, "What are you doing, you fucking idiot, you
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bitch, crying?" Like,
I didn't say that. Those are your words.
just rather than, "Wow, Frank might be having an episode right now."
Yes,
Yes.
no, she came home. The credits were rolling.
Yeah,
So the film was evident. She was like, "What have you watched? What's happened to you?"
Yeah.
And I just sobbed for 5 minutes, recovered myself, and then I told her about it. And I was like, it's sad because his life is peaceful and he misses his family and the fire. Like, it's very hard to describe why it's so affecting and why it's just the most tangible, chewable, emotionally charged film I think I've ever seen.
it's a tangy, chewy movie. I agree with
It
you.
is, you know what I mean? Like, the atmosphere is so thick and just like, not one note, but it's singularly focused on this guy, Joel Edgerton's story.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I found
You
it.
know what I think of it? Chewy.
Okay, I'm having a moment here. I'm gonna do that.
That's the noise I made at the end of the movie because I had the same reaction. It is very rare for us to be, especially, it's so funny it's happening on an episode where we're not doing the movie specifically. We maybe are rarely this aligned on a movie. I think this is one of the greatest films I've ever seen, and there's no, without a hint of exaggeration, this is as good a movie as I've ever seen. It is wonderfully profound and so deeply felt and charged with a rarefied energy that you do not get in most movies.
You really
And
don't. And it's magic. It's lightning in a bottle.
I knew
But
it
also,
so
like,
quickly. I knew it like 20 seconds in when the tree was felled and the cameras are, and not to act as if, well, it's the first time anyone's strapped a camera to something and it's moved, but just the energy of that shot with the camera tracking with the tree falling, just the
branches just
fucking
crashing into the
idyllic,
ground.
strangely magical and kind of like melancholy feeling of that. And everything after it, I was like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe a movie can be this poetic and can be
But-
this moving.
Yeah,
I
and you
loved
got,
it.
but like
I
obviously,
loved
it made me realize that Joel Edgerton is a master.
Yeah.
and just one of the greatest actors alive today. Which
Yeah.
we always thought, yeah, he's fine, right? Joel Edgerton,
He's
always
normally edging,
solid.
you know, but this time I splurged everywhere immediately. There was no build up.
You give him the edge a ton.
Yeah, I give him the edge a ton. That's
Yeah.
that's true. What does that mean?
A ton of your splurge.
Oh, okay. Splurgerton.
Splurgerton. Splurgerton. Nice to meet you. Well done in this film. But you also have Felicity Jones, William H. Macy,
Yeah.
Paul Schneider shows up, who I didn't even recognize. You were like, that's the guy from Parks and Rec. I was like,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
It's been a
No, it's
while
not.
since I could. No, he's not been around for a little bit, and he obviously was one of those actors that really popped as a character actor in the 2000s. Paul Schneider. He was in Lars and the Real Girl. He was in fucking Assassination of Jesse James. He was in Bright Star. All wonderful performances. I think he's one of those underrated guys that every time he shows up, I'm just so immediately invested in him. I think he was a woeful choice for Parks and Rec, but it's funny when you
It
go
is,
back and
yeah.
watch how out of water he is there, just completely flopping around like.
Also,
You know.
sorry to
No,
yes,
it's
flop
okay.
over,
He's
but
just he's such a weird pick for that show.
he is a weird pig. Kerry Condon in that movie as well.
Kerry
Great.
Condon,
She's
fucking
back.
just sneaky little MVP.
I have two things to quickly say. Isn't it funny that I'm a father and I react to this film like that, and you're not, but it still gets you. And I think
100%.
I'm surprised that it does get you as much as it does.
And it's not the only thing. It's not as if the only thing I felt compelled by was the family story, and yet I thought it was some of the best. It was one of the best renditions I've ever seen of economical storytelling, with putting me in the emotional space of the characters and granting me the privilege of knowing how much they loved each other. And I felt that immediately with him and Felicity Jones, an actress I've always been either like, who is that? I don't believe she exists, or like surprised when I see her in The Brutalist and going like, oh, I think she's really good in The Brutalist. I think she is astounding in this movie. And I think their chemistry together is kind of like some of the best I've seen in a modern film. I think the way that they generate that real hard-earned, homespun sense of domestic bliss when they're together, the scenes that they have building the house, the scenes they have once they've had their child, and
The
the way
scene they
that she
have
talks
where
about
he leaves for that last, what becomes their last moments together, and you just know it. There's something in the air. They're saying, bye, daddy, like all that stuff. And you're like,
well, she
don't-
won't say it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
His daughter won't say bye, and and I don't find that cheap. I find that incredibly powerful because you do have a sense of like, yeah,
Because
man.
it's played out in a real scene. Like, if you put this film on paper, which it's based on a book, but if you put
It is. It's Dennis
that on
Johnson's
paper,
Train
you just
Dreams, which is a
you
lovely
wouldn't think-
novella.
You would not think it would work the way it does. Like, okay, if you haven't seen Train Dreams, go see it. Like,
I don't think you're likely to watch a film that has such a patient and intelligent and yet always emotionally honest approach to its subject. And
Yeah.
I just was really grateful for the opportunity to watch it. It's also funny. There's shots of it in William H. Macy slowly just zooming out where he's sitting on this giant log and he's just talking to all the other loggers about like how back in his day he did all the work and like instructing them on what to do and being like, I can jump in if you need me to, but just like not doing shit. And like
Not
the
doing
montage
anything.
that
Yeah.
introduces him. Obviously the resolution to his character is one of the fucking most heartbreaking things of the year, and the movie just breaks your heart over and over again, and it doesn't feel cheap or exploitative. It feels honest, but
Yeah.
always very, very affecting.
yeah,
It's a
just
beautiful
like
movie.
It's just a real life. Okay, should we jump into a few of the other categories now that we've gone through all
Sure.
of those films? We are
can I
an
say,
hour in. By
can
the
I
way,
get?
so.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try.
So,
speed,
Tom, can you
speed
just
it up?
hurry up?
Obviously,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Jeez.
Do this? I will try, just based on what we've done. I think I can tell you who the directors are. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
We've got Chloe Zhao for Hamnet.
Yes.
We've got Paul Thomas Anderson with One Battle After Another.
Yes.
We've got Ryan Coogler for Sinners.
Yes.
We have. Oh, now I'm feeling a little bit lighter on my toes with this one.
No. You got to be
Nose.
light on your toes to play.
A Dance.
To
Dance
No.
Dance Revolution. They nominated that finally.
come on.
To have sentimental value.
Yeah. That's in
No,
there.
what's
directed
the,
by?
What else do we have? Well, sentimental value is work imagery. Is that in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a nominated for best director. I totally just was throwing that out there. And what's the fifth one that I'm not?
Marty Supreme.
Marty
Safdie.
Supreme, Josh Safdie, of course.
Josh
of course.
Safdie. That's a good bit light
Does
on
it
your toes.
upset you
to
that
be-
Marty Supreme sounds a little bit like Masterpiece if you say it quickly?
No. Hadn't thought about it, and no.
No. Why are you shaking with rage?
It's cold. It's actually just cold in here. Yeah. The ghost of Benny Safdie just came by.
Tell him the
Talk
Smashing
about-
Machine sucks, and I'm
Do you
glad
reckon
he's
they're
dead.
jealous? Do you reckon he's jealous of his brother? Like,
I think 100%, especially because Benny Safdie seems like the chiller dude, and he's more attractive, and so he's probably like, God, why isn't this working for me? And I was like, well, you made a bad movie. That's
he's
probably
not.
that's
I mean, yes, he's more attractive, but they're both
yeah, he's
weird
working. They're
looking
working
cats.
from a low bar. Okay, well, I feel rude to the Safdies now. I think Betty Safdie has a very rough but quite magnetic charm.
They look like artists, and that's cool.
Josh Safdie looks like a heroin addict. It's like in that sense that they also look like artists. Benny looks, like the more refined of the two, the more strapping. But anyway. He made the Smashing Machine. Bad
Paul
movie.
Thomas Anderson is winning this one. Do we think? Like,
Yeah, well, yes, and we should say One Battle After Another. Of course, is going to win Best Picture, unless
yeah.
Sinners comes in with a wild upset. Which
Sinners is a strong number two, considering the fact that it's been nominated so many times is
Yes.
telling of the Oscars panel and of their thoughts of it. Like, obviously, they think it's strong and everything. So it is maybe. And what did it just win at the actors? Michael B. Jordan just won, and
Michael B. Jordan won, Jesse Buckley won. Jesse Buckley wins everything.
one's everything.
Wons everything.
We won the world.
F1's. Jesse. Who wins the world?
F1's everything. That's
Guys,
good.
who wins the world? Yeah, I mean, I do think Sinners could come from behind and do an upset. Even The Secret Agent is not the most inconceivable win in the world with the South American contingent of voters and the passion behind that movie. I would say people were kind of pretending like Hamnet had a shot, and I would fucking, Jesus Christ, I don't know what I'll do, man.
Don't
I'll
worry,
be-
it's
I'll
not
be
gonna happen.
so-
It's not
I
gonna
will-
happen. Don't get
I
down in
can't
the dump
conceive
already.
of the extremity of how upset I would be if that movie won Best Picture, because I just think it fucking sucks.
It would be the upset of the year.
Yes,
for sure.
but I don't think it's going to. We're looking at Paul Thomas Anderson almost certainly winning. I can't really think what else unless it's going to be Coogler, just because Sinners again has the momentum with so many nominations. But really, it's One Battle for Picture almost certainly. Paul Thomas Anderson for director, like 99%. I couldn't see how it wouldn't go to him. It's his time.
Yeah.
It's his time.
Yeah, I think you're right. And like, you just hope that Coogler has, and of course he will, have more opportunity down the road.
Yes, he's a young
And
dude.
same
I
with-
don't think he's
same
40
with-
yet.
And same with the Safdies. Like, maybe the tone isn't for everyone, but at least they're doing something that's very them, very unique,
There
their
is-
own thing. So you
Yes.
go, cool.
There is one thing Benny could do in that regard for like the future.
Not pick.
Just not make shitty
terrible.
movies. Yeah, just not
Yeah,
make
yeah,
bad
it's-
movies.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
I'm thinking
But
the
doesn't-
Smashing Machine specifically.
But Dwayne The Rock
is an
Johnson
example of
can
a
really
bad-
act, though. He can really act.
Yeah, it's such a good performance. I don't know. I just don't like that performance or that movie at all.
Okay, well, don't be a dick about it.
I will be. I think it's a bad movie and a bad performance, and they should feel bad about it. They should win a feel bad award.
All right, should we do actor and a supporting?
Yeah, sure thing. Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Stellan Skarsgård, Delroy Lindo, and who am I forgetting?
Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi. Oh, how could I forget?
Oh Lord, how could you?
Oh, lordy. This is actually a bit of an open one at the moment. I don't know.
I
what
hope
your-
Benicio del Toro wins. I was watching his A Few
Yeah.
Small Beers scene like 10 times in a row last night.
Yeah, it's a great.
What'd you throw out the window? Heard me? What'd you throw out the window? Trash. Like, I don't understand why it's so funny. It's trash.
Just he's yes, he's very.
Did
He
you see the lad, sir?
underplays
I've
it.
had a very long day. It's
And-
like, what are you talking about?
He's so funny in those moments, but he's so warm and welcoming into
Yeah.
when the whirlwind opening of that movie, and then which we talked about during our episode, it cuts to the Steely Dan song "Dirty Work," and Chase Infinity doing her
dirty work. Oh yeah.
"I'm a fool," like such a beautiful song and such a beautiful transition, and it's her going through her motions in her martial arts, and then it's just one shot of him leaning towards her and going, "You're not breathing." And every time he does that, I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Like,
Yeah.
it's Benicio. I really do love that performance. I think I would pick it over Sean Penn's, despite the fact that I think Sean Penn is doing a very, very...
He's doing Sean Penn, isn't he? And you kind of go, props to you for doing it. Is what we said in the episode. But I just enjoy Benicio more.
It feels seismic in a way that's very hard to deny. And it feels like something that if people are going to study Benicio as kind of a way of like, how do you affect that effortless, insouciant sort of presence? Where
Insouciant.
Insouciant, which is just kind of like not necessarily indifferent, but a careless, aloof sort of cool, right? And he does that in a way that's so almost dumbfounding that it comes to him so naturally. And then with Sean Penn, it's like, how do you portray a fucking madman? Like, how do you convey the energy coursing through this man? He's so racist, he's been driven into being a Looney Tunes character. Like, and that's an interesting choice.
It's an interesting
It's
choice.
an effective
And-
choice.
Yeah, not to say it doesn't work. Like, and I think his nominations, of course, he deserves it. It's an incredible performance. No one else could or would do a performance like that. Does it make him the most successful actor of all time if he wins this in terms of Oscars?
That's
He's
a
got
good
2.
question. Daniel Day-Lewis has 3.
Does he?
Daniel Day-Lewis has 1 for My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood,
Okay.
and Lincoln.
We're linking them all together.
Very good. Very nice. Lordy, lordy, loo, you linked them all together.
La La Land.
Joel, stop edging him. All right.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
sometimes.
Okay, so no, he won't be the most, but he'll equal Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
but
I think
Daniel
Meryl
are the
Streep has 3
leadings,
as
aren't
well. So
Yeah,
his
I said
choice,
actor,
Kramer
because
v.
of-
Kramer and The Iron Lady. So
they? Yeah, and she's going to get a 4th soon.
yeah,
It's
obviously
Devil Wears
for
Prada too.
Wicked Part 3.
No,
and
Devil
they're just going
Wears
to
Prada too.
subtitle it.
Shush.
Ah!
You think you're confusing Cynthia Erivo and Meryl Streep. Similar vibe.
Yeah, I can't actually name it. Well, I don't think Meryl's pussy is green. We probably have to cut that.
I really hope we do. I really hope whoever edits this goes
I
through and
just
finds
love
that.
that it was the thing that got to her the most. Sorry.
I don't actually know that reference.
People
You
just
can
kept asking, "Is her pussy green?"
Tell me offline. Okay.
No, it's on now.
Okay,
Wicked
so-
for Good, no nominations. Bam.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, and we've spoken about this.
Yeah.
Do you think Delroy Lindo is a chance for Sinners for Best Actor in Supporting Role?
I don't think so, but I think it's wonderful that he's been nominated. He's a journeyman. He's been around for a long
Stellan
time.
Skarsgård also maybe an option
I think it could
because he
be
does
Stellan.
feel like a lead, and it is kind of like
That's true.
supporting, and you've put him in supporting for a better chance, maybe.
Yeah, a bit of category fraud, but I think the people who are pretty much on the outs are Elordi and Skarsgård, and then I think maybe Benicio and Sean Penn split the one battle vote, but I do feel
Yeah.
a little bit more love for Benicio, even though Sean Penn has been winning a lot of precursors.
I think Sean Penn's going to win.
It probably is going to be Sean Penn, but I could see Stellan, and I know we're hedging, being like, well, it could be this or it could be this, but like, yeah, I really think it's a within a shot for 3 of them, and I will be really astounded if Elordi or Lindo win instead. That would be a huge upset.
That's an upset. Huge,
That's an upset.
Crazy. Huge. All right, actresses in supporting roles. Do you want to try and name them?
Inga, I can't remember her name again.
Idzbotta Idias. Lilias, sorry.
Lilias. Sorry, I should learn her
Didias.
name. 'Cause
Didias. Is that his like screen name? Or?
what are you doing?
Well, you've already broken the eyes, haven't you? Is the green?
Broken the R's? The Didias? Okay.
Who's next?
You threw me off. Elle Fanning, Inga.
Threw me off your reading. I can see you reading the
No,
list.
I truly. Yes, I've got
You're doing
them
a-
printed
you're
on my
doing a bad
wall.
job.
No,
God, this is so boring.
Okay,
Amy
tell me. Amy Madigan for weapons.
Wumi
Tiana
Misaki.
Taylor for One Bell After Another. Wumi Osaka. Wumi Osaka nomination is awesome. It's so cool. There's no reason to think it would have happened, and she's so fucking great in Sinners.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really.
She's so great in Loki.
I haven't seen it, but
I know.
love her in that. In Sinners. She'd
Love her in that.
almost be my win, except Amy Madigan gave maybe the greatest performance of all time in Weapons. So probably should be Amy
I've not
Madigan.
seen it, and I probably really should. Hey.
Fuck, she's so good in that movie. It would be incredible if Amy Madigan won. She might win. What do you think?
I think Tiana Taylor.
I think.
And I don't. This is the thing. I feel like Sinners got the most noms, but I think One Battle After Another is going to have a very good night.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I can't see why One Battle wouldn't be kind of the steamroller, given the passion behind that movie, with some exceptions. Tiana is probably in with the best swing along with Amy, and I don't think anyone else really has a shot. I think similar with the One
Weird,
Battle.
'cause I think Elle Fanning was really good. We
I
didn't
think
really
she
speak
was
about her
really
much.
good as well.
Really
I
good.
wasn't expecting her to be as good as she was in that movie, which is weird of me because I loved her in A Complete Unknown. I thought she was I thought she was going to be a smaller part of Sentimental Value, and she's very, I think, very funny and very touching in a sort of way of someone who wants to please and is out of their depth.
But I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, correct. But that scene where she does the monologue and she swings a bit too hard
Yeah.
for taste, but you can't deny that's an incredible performance.
It's the
weird thing of like
it's a pretty
she's
good
acting.
scene.
She's acting too much, but it still works, and you're like, yeah, you've actually nailed that scene perfectly. Because I do feel like it's too much, even though I still think you're a good actor.
Yes.
It's weird.
It's a very particular scene. It's very hard to pull off, and it's a tightrope walk to give a performance that is technically good and shows you someone's talent, and yet it's the wrong performance. And it's like why would she think that this is wrong? Of course, by any typical standard, it's right. And if we don't have the context of him watching it, we just go, that's a good performance. But yeah, it's just mannered in that way that doesn't work. The last scene between the two of them is good. The scenes where she tries doing the accent are very funny. I think she really
She's got her headphones on and is learning it like on Duolingo or whatever. Yeah,
very game by her to kind of be willing to do a bad accent on screen. Any actor that successfully portrays the neuroses and yet doesn't just flagellate and do a parody of an actor. Like they do kind of
like Gwyneth Paltrow in Marty Supreme.
Like you hate that version of that. You're not into that.
I just don't like Gwyneth at all.
Yeah, I know you're not really into Gwyneth. I think she's pretty well used in that movie, but again, I do think it's to the movie's detriment to some degree that we don't get more understanding of her. She doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. I think she's pretty funny in it. I think there's some funny moments from Gwyneth in that movie.
Funny, yeah. Maybe.
But yeah. Anyway, I agree with you. Elle Fanning is very good. Probably going to be Tiana Taylor. Amy Madigan gave maybe my favorite performance of the year in Weapons. I really, really, really fucking love that performance. And I'm just so glad that it's being rewarded, just even being recognized in this way.
True.
Good on
and Wonmi Misaki, obviously, honorable mention, incredible
maybe
performance.
Second, she's so great.
So lovely. All right, actor in a leading role.
Michael B. Jordan, Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Wagner Moura, and Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon.
You saw me standing alone.
Yes, a movie I felt a real affection for because I've always loved that song.
He plays the trumpet. Is it trumpeter?
Lawrence Hart?
No, Ethan Hawke.
So what's happening right now?
What's happening now? What happens in the
He
film?
plays a character called Lawrence Hart.
Who plays the trumpet?
Who doesn't ever play the trumpet,
Okay.
not even once. Weirdly, I don't think the word trumpet is spoken in the movie. He was a lyricist with Rogers before it became Rogers
before the Hammerstein.
Yes.
Before Hammer Time.
So Hart and Rogers used to write these numbers, and one of the songs they wrote
I'll do it again. Before Hammer Time.
Look, I'm not going to touch that.
This is good.
I will not touch that.
I will. I'll touch the
I
Hammer
will
Time.
not touch that. You will not touch it. Not touch it. Good.
Totally different song.
Very different songs. Anyway,
Also, the accent's getting borderline inappropriate.
it was approaching something bad. There.
Somehow. Okay, so there's no trumpet in Blue
No,
Moon.
Lawrence Hart is he was a lyricist.
I'm way off.
And he was a very diminutive guy, very, very weird gentleman. And I think
Yeah, he would say shit like diminutive. I'd be like, that's normal. People say it's conversational all the time.
Fuck, I miss
Just
Marcus.
say little. Just
honestly.
say little.
Is Marcus
shy
coming
guy.
back soon?
You miss Marcus.
Blue Moon is a wonderful song. It's very funny that movie's about how much he hates. Well, the movie's not about this, but he does mention how much he hates that song. I wishes he hadn't written it. He gives a wonderful performance. It's a really, really touching movie, and I think it's a very well rendered performance of a guy who is so tragically betrothed to his art and romanticism within it and yet he's so ungainly and not of he's not of the stature, and he's not of sort of the quality of man that he wishes he could be, to attract people and to be charismatic and to be sort of like adored and loved. And that disconnect is very sad, and it's maybe a little cliche in a way, but not in the way the movie portrays it. And I think Ethan Hawke is awesome in that movie. He's really good.
I feel like that about Ethan Hawke, though. I don't think I've seen a movie with him in it that I go, I love Ethan Hawke.
You always feel a little like, he's not quite that guy. Yeah. That's an interesting, because it's harnessing that in the movie. It's harnessing that energy. I really, really like Ethan Hawke in a handful of things. I agree with you. He's not my guy, but he's given some performances I really, really love.
He's also had an incredible career and such longevity, which is, I don't know, how has that happened? Am I the outlier of his opinion?
No, he's part of the indie scene with Linklater coming up in the 90s, and, even before that with Dead Poets Society, he was one of the kids in that, so he kind of made his start there. And I think he just always knew when to trade off between commercial properties where he was that guy that people recognized. He also had the Uma Thurman relationship, which kind of kept him in the spotlight as well for a while there. So he was always like, the guy who would show up in a movie like Training Day, and you would go like, wow, that's a really good performance in a gritty film.
That's the film you go, well, that's Ethan Hawke.
Well, no, I think that people think about the before movies, like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight with Julie Delpy. That's really a hugely defining role for him, and kind of like, and they're not your movies, but like those are sort of.
No, I'm
like,
not saying that, but I don't think people think. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I think Training Day, because he got nominated for the Oscar, is up there. But I think those movies are pretty big for him as well. And a lot of the time, it's like it's Boyhood. Then after that is like a big one for him. But
you're naming all these films that none of them are really that big or successful, or that he's really
commercially. I guess not. I guess like, what is the big Ethan Hawke commercial movie? That's a really good question. I don't know if I know.
You look at like. Oh, God. I mean, every other actor of his generation, like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Brad Pitt, all these guys have...
They had franchises, they had action roles.
And they're also, maybe they go into directing and things like that.
Yeah. He was in Gattaca. Like, he did stuff like that.
Yeah, we studied that in school. It's not like a film that you go...
No, everyone knows that movie, but no one thinks of Ethan. You're right, he's not the... I think you've landed on something really, really insightful there, where it's like, he's not the guy, but he was always kind of the adjacent, that guy. Sort of thing, and he's still a name, but he's not Matt Damon. You're right. He's not Affleck, right?
Yeah. Maybe he's just wonderful to work with. Maybe he's just a good guy.
He seems like a very interesting dude. Like I've always, you know what? As I'm talking about him now, I'm realizing I'm probably more into him than I thought I was. I do really appreciate Ethan Hawke, but yes, he's not my oh my god, Ethan Hawke sort of like. I don't really think of him in that way.
Okay, so who do we think is going to win?
I would say it's going to be Timothée Chalamet for a movie called Money Supreme.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, maybe comes in. Leo? Don't think Leo?
No, I think people are still in the like, we gave him one phase, which is fucking stupid.
He won recently.
Yeah, and if they don't give it to Chalamet now, I think people soon will just be like, what are we fucking doing, guys? Like, he might run for president soon if we don't curb this. Like,
he's Money Supreme in real life. Like, he's just so driven for this goal.
He's going to like, I don't know, try to star in the next season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians or whatever. Like, he's just going to be it's wild to me.
He's going to be everywhere.
That of all the things he did for promotion, as far as I know, he didn't go on an episode of the Kardashians. And I'm like,
he didn't. No, I watched the whole season.
If you wanted to do everything, man, that would have been the choice. Like,
yeah, but he doesn't.
But why is that the limit? Look at everything else he did.
Because everything else he did was fun and funny and kind of like,
I think it would have been hilarious if you started an episode of that might have been the funniest episode of television ever.
Maybe they didn't allow it. Maybe it's like, no,
Possibly.
you can't encroach on our brand. Actually, that probably is more likely as to why it didn't happen.
Did you hear about him thanking his foundation for one of the awards? I don't think it was for the Golden Globes. I can't remember what award it was, but he won and he thanked his foundation.
As in his skin cover? His makeup?
No,
foundation?
but that's interesting that that's where you went because other people went somewhere else, which was like his company, his charity.
Yeah.
No, he meant Kylie Jenner, his foundation, like his rock.
Yeah,
But he didn't want to say that because Dwayne was in the audience and he thought he'd confuse him. So
And he's like, well, I won?
Rock smash.
Rock. I'm a machine. Yes, no, I did hear. But he said more words than that. He didn't just say thanks to my foundation.
No, but he ended with that, and people were like, what's going on? And I love that. I love that 90% of people go, some charity he has, 5% got it was Kylie, and you're like, oh, I suppose it's just like his, skincare that he's talking about. Well, that makes sense to me. 100%.
I'm trying to guess.
You
You set that up to be like, look how crazy he is that he said this. So I'm like, what's the craziest thing that foundation could be? I do think it's strange that their relationship is like the least prominent thing about both of them.
By choice, it seems that they've decided the more that they tease it, the more
People like it.
yes,
Yeah, because they could put it in our face and they could be everywhere because they're both the
and it still
most famous
rage
people ever.
baits the hell out of people who hate Kylie Jenner and people who, for whatever reason, don't like Timothy Chalamet. I mean, I know that sounds silly to go like,
Also sounds silly,
why
you're
could
like,
you have a
well-
problem with Timothy Chalamet? But like, Kylie Jenner is obviously a bigger target than Timothy Chalamet. Like, she has been in the public eye for longer. She's, someone who's, I think, a little bit more easy to deride within her sort of family and her circle and her wealth, and the first self-made billionaire or whatever the fuck they called her.
Yes,
She's
I know your point.
a silly person. Timothy Chalamet is a silly person as well, but I think he,
But they also know their place in the world and are very good at playing that game. So I would like, in a strange way, props to them, and
yes,
I wish them all the best.
Timmy's
young
probably gonna-
love. Timmy's going to win.
That'll probably be his Oscar. Actress?
Actress in a leading role. All right, do you want to guess them?
Yeah, it was Jessie Buckley, Renata Rines for Sentimental Value. It's Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. Mm-hmm. It's Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. And I don't know who the last one is. You want to tell me?
We've spoken about it already.
Yeah,
quite
sure.
extensively.
But I'm sure I've forgotten.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please.
You got a bug on ya.
Oh
You
my
got
gosh.
bug eyes.
What? Oh god. It's what's his name? The guy who's the voice of Iago.
Gilbert Gottfried.
It's Gilbert Gottfried with his I was in Bulgaria. You got a bug on here. Emma Stone,
Kate Hudson. Oh,
daughter of The Rock.
you got me.
And we're back.
You got me very good
We're
there.
back.
I think Kate Hudson might be in with a shat.
Fuck
A
you.
shat. A
A
shat.
shat.
Do you think Rose Byrne is terrible or her film is terrible?
I
You've spoken
don't
about
think
this.
Rose Byrne is terrible. I think that's one of the most overrated, movies of the year. I find
Yeah.
that movie really. I've shit on Smashing Machine a lot today. I would watch the Smashing Machine again over If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It just
Wow, okay.
now people love that movie. I really don't get it. I find it to be an incredibly turgid and very one note and incredibly overwrought version of what it is, which is just like a close-up anxiety attack movie about like the difficulties of modern life. It does work into the aspects of like motherhood. I'm sympathetic to the problems that movie is pointing at. I am fucking allergic to the way that it's getting at it. I just think it's incredibly belabored, and I didn't like it really at all. I think she's okay in it. I think that performance is the movie, and so part of the problem is I'm just like, it's just in service of something I just don't think works. So I can't really do anything with it.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. I love Rose Byrne. I don't like that.
That's it.
that
Like,
movie or that
it's a
performance
shame
so
that
much.
this is her, not her shot, because she'll get more because she's actually incredibly talented.
She's probably the only other possible
Australian
contender.
you like?
She's the only contender here, I think, outside of Buckley. I think if Buckley doesn't win, it's Rose Byrne.
You don't think Emma Stone's in with a shot?
No, I think everyone's a little like, oh God, are we doing this again? Which I think is silly because it's a good performance and we should nominate good performances. But like, people are like, oh, she's got 2, right?
Yeah, she's too young to have 3.
I think people really, and the way this shit works when people win Oscars is it compresses the time, like we just said with Leo. A lot of people, I'm sure, I'm not ridiculing people's attention or memory or whatever, but like I'm sure a lot of people would just go, oh yeah, he won one like what, like 4 years ago? It's like, no, like 12 years ago or 11 years ago. Like it was a while.
Long time now.
Emma Stone, yeah, she's won 2, but she hasn't, one of them was La La Land, one of them was Poor Things. It's not like she won 2, one after another. Like
she didn't Tom Hanks it.
Yeah, no, but anyway.
Which is also the other way that you do it is like directly after or like quite like really close together because you're like they're so hot.
Whose were close-ish together, don't get me wrong. They were within like 6 years of each other, but still like there's a gap there. Anyway, I don't like Rose Byrne's movie or performance all that much. And I watched Song Sung Blue yesterday. It was the last Oscar movie from these categories I hadn't seen. And I think Kate Hudson is totally fine in that totally fine movie. A movie that
I'm so happy to see her get nominated. I love Kate Hudson, but Hugh Jackman's singing again. Just stop singing.
Can I tell you? I think Hugh Jackman is like not to say better than Kate. I just think the cast in that movie is all really solid, including Hugh Jackman. I was like, oh, I think this is a really tender performance. I think this is nice.
What's the thing? He can act. He's such a good actor.
He's very good. I think he's good in that movie. Kate Hudson and him have good chemistry. Jim Belushi. If Jim Belushi had 2 more scenes in that movie, I would nominate him for Best Supporting Actor. He's so good.
What?
Really? Jim Belushi like lit up that movie. Every scene he's in, I was just like, oh, this guy's beautiful. He's just so.
A joke?
No, he's
joking?
He's so enthusiastic, and he's just so happy to be part of it. Fisher Stevens is in that movie and gives quite a nice performance. Michael Imperioli is in that movie and gives a nice performance. It is just like a bunch of people singing Neil Diamond songs and then experiencing the most melodramatic and like one-dimensional trauma you've ever seen. But like the Neil Diamond songs are good, and there are moments where I was like, oh, that's sweet. Like I got a little flutter of like, oh, they love each other. It's a nice performance in a nice movie, but like it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb that she was nominated, but that's fine.
Sure.
Do
you know what is interesting? Sorry, we move on to a few other categories.
Well, Jessie Buckley's going to win. We should just say Jessie Buckley's going to win. I'd
love to see Emma Stone win. To be honest, I feel like
I would love to. I would love to.
Why not? Go for it.
Who did we not talk about? Sorry, we talked about Jessie. We talked about Emma. We talked about Renata Runtsva. Renata Runtsva's good in sentiment value,
which we have in sentiment value. Like, she's incredible.
I think she's good. I love that scene at the start where she won't go on stage. Like I think that's a really great scene.
Oh my god, yeah, so good. Then she's like, let's do it right here. Then she's like, no, well, we don't have time.
Then
to slap me in the face.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
And this
way to be an actress.
She's very good. She's very good in the like moments of that film where she hints at the pain that she's experiencing, but she does it in a way where she indicates how touched she is by other people reaching out to her. And so that scene with her with Stellan and the cigarette, but also when she's talking with her little nephew and he says he loves her and he'd marry her. And I just like, you could see how that's a child just saying what they do to their mothers, or their aunts when they're like, I think you're beautiful, I love you, I want to marry you. And she's just so moved by it, where she's like, this little boy loves me so much and I don't know if I have room in my life for that love because I'm in so much pain. And I think that's a really nice moment. She's really good. She's a really, really good actress.
I was worried by that scene. I thought it was going to go on a different tangent that I wasn't comfortable with, and I'm really glad it didn't.
Okay. You were thinking like Perks being a wallflower?
Yeah. No, but just in terms of like him having an obsession or a complex or something.
Sure.
And I'm glad it didn't.
I love
it was actually sincere. It was actually meant to be nice.
Yes, I see what you mean. I think it's beautiful, sincere. I love the scene where Stellan Skarsgård gives him the most inappropriate European movies of all time. Just some of those movies.
But everyone at the table was just laughing. It's like,
oh my god!
First of all, how are we going to play this? We don't have a DVD player. Like it's very heartwarming because he kind of knows that it's a ridiculous gift, but he's like, they'll teach you what you need to know about life.
One of the great
bad
joys.
Bad accent.
It was a wonderful accent. It was really good. I think Arnie was pretty good in this movie, but I appreciated going to see the movie with a semi-packed crowd And when you see the DVDs he's given, one of them's The Piano Teacher and one of them's Irreversible. And just like myself and maybe like 6 other people at different places were just like, oh my God. Like, and it's just, if you are aware of those movies, I've seen both of them. They're pretty crazy films to give to a 9-year-old.
Wow.
But yeah, good stuff. Other categories, seeing as we're
Well, I
probably
just wanna- we're wrapping up soon, so we'll do our overall predictions. But I just want to clarify, like all of the adapted screenplay writing nominations are all in the Best Picture category.
Yeah.
And then 3 of the originals are. So there's only 2.
It was just
of
an
the Best
accident as
Pictures.
one of the other nominees.
And Blue Moon.
Cool. Both cool nominations. I think Blue Moon's a lovely script. I think
So F1 didn't get a writing nomination.
weirdly crazy. Must have been a sort of... Everyone must have had brain fog from how good the vroom vroom was in that movie to not recognize the
And
chatter.
What's the other one? Begonia.
Begonia.
No, that's nominated for adapted.
No. What else is not nominated for screenplay? Train Dreams? No, that's nominated.
It
isn't
is. Yeah. Yeah.
What else is not nominated?
Oh, God.
Begonia. Hamnet's nominated. Train Dreams. F1. Frankenstein wouldn't be
Frankenstein's
nominated.
nominated for best adapted.
You gotta be fucking shitting me.
I'm
I don't
being
think I knew
serious.
that. I'm actually really upset about that.
Really?
Oh, that's a stupid script. It's like the worst script, one of the worst scripts. I mean,
the
Hamnet
worst.
is worse, but
Yeah, and Hamnet's nominated as well.
have you worked out what it is?
Nah, I can't count. Can you?
Secret Agent,
That's in there.
Sentimental Value.
Oh no, Secret Agent. No, Secret Agent's not.
Secret
okay,
Agent's
yeah,
not.
Secret
Well, that's
Agent
silly. Secret
and
Agent's
F1.
Secret Agent's an incredible script. I'm
But
not too sure why that's not nominated, but
F1.
It Was Just an Accident is a Jafar Pahani film.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful Iranian film. It's really, really heart wrenching, but also very funny and strange. And like the way I would describe it is it's kind of like Scooby Doo in Iran. Like it's a bunch of people in a van driving around with a guy tied up, trying to work out what to do with him. And it does have all that comical and farcical element, but it still is really sort of like a very trenchant look at the way that people of that country have suffered under regimes in which you can be imprisoned and tortured and have your civil liberties taken away from you and they're just expected to return back to a normal life. It has maybe my favorite scene of the year at the end, which is a one shot of a confrontation at night with a person in the tail lights of a car, and I just have very rarely seen anything so powerful. I think maybe the scene in Sinners, the first time that Mars Caton plays I Lied to You in the club, I think that's the best scene of the year, but probably the second is It Was Just an Accident. It's a really really great film. So
That's huge.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot. And Blue Moon's a good script. So
I just want to quickly do a couple other quick shout outs. I think Sinners is going to win production design. I think One Battle After Another is going to win cinematography. I think best song is going to be K-pop Demon Hunters, but I wish it was I Lied to You from Sinners.
I would
and
pick that as
Ludwig
well.
Göransson is going to win score.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, not Paul.
Johnny Greenwood
Johnny Greenwood for One Battle After Another is an incredible score. They seem to like to nominate him and then not give it to him. I don't think he's won one yet. While Ludwig has won for Oppenheimer, so possibly, and that's obviously a very music central film. Sinners. I think
More about bombs than it is music, but there's music in it.
I think Sinners.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were Oppenheimer's a very musical. I was like, hey, do you know what's really great to see is Smash Machine being nominated for hair and makeup.
Hair and Makeup, Smashing Machines
Yeah.
nominated. There's Ugly Stepsisters in there as well.
I think Sinners is going to win a lot of these below the line ones.
I think you're right. I think The Craft is there for that. I think Sinners probably has a pretty good shot at Best Original Screenplay. It's the award they tend to give to the movie that they're like, we can't give you Best Picture, but like, here you go.
Yeah.
I think Best Adapted is probably going to go to One Battle, but like, I have a fucking little mad itch in the back of my head that tells me it's going to go to Hamnet, that they're going to fucking do that because there is no God.
It's based off Hamlet. What if it goes to Train Dreams, though? What if it goes to Train Dreams?
I think Train Dreams is in with one award. By the way, Joel Edgerton not getting nominated for Best Actor, fucking atrocious, ridiculous.
It's truly the most... And we said this at the start, we're like, he's not going to get nominated, the film's too small.
Yes.
But then he did start to do a little bit of a campaign.
He
did start to do... And he doesn't normally do a lot of interviews and things. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh my gosh, is he angling... Is this his campaign for the Oscar? Because
I think he's so good, I would pretty much, like, even if you had to be like, all right, well, we lose Michael B. Jordan. I love Michael B. Jordan's performance. I think he should win. He probably won't. But out of that category, I think he should. But if you lost him and you put Joel Edgerton in there, I'd be like, well, now Joel Edgerton's in there. Like, I guess that's not fair. If I had to lose someone, I guess it would be... Timmy?
Leo.
Probably Timmy. I'd probably keep Leo. And I like Timothy's performance a lot. But if I had to... I love Wagner Moura. He's really good in Secret Agent.
So, Wagner Moura and Ethan Hawke, you're still keeping...
I think I prefer all four of those performances over Timmy, yes.
So he's your least favourite out of the five, and he's going
to... And I still think he's good. Wow. Yes. He'd probably be the one I'd vote for last.
Sorry, side note. The ping pong doesn't look believable.
The fact that movie's not at all about ping pong is very funny, even if I think it's sometimes to the movie's detriment, especially in the last match, where you're like, I mean, the movie hasn't really been about this, so it's weird that it's about this now.
Well, they talk about it a lot, but they don't
once it stops being about ping pong, I was like, oh, this is funny, and this is what the Safdies do, where they go like, what if the whole movie just fanged a bootlegger into something else right now for no reason? Yeah. And every step is that, and that's can be quite, invigorating, even when it's discombobulating. Very, very, very quickly, if Train Dreams is going to win anything, I think it could win cinematography. It probably won't, but the cinematography is fucking gorgeous in that film.
It is beautiful, yeah.
K-Pop Demon Hunters, I watched that on the weekend, and it's probably going to win Best Animated. Cool. I think it's a totally solid movie. I think it's pretty good. I think the soundtrack is fucking incredible to that movie. Like, really...
Truly.
So much better than I expected when I've heard Golden a million times. And that might be the third best song in the movie, in my opinion. Yeah, there are so many good songs in that film. It's really,
that's the
really
thing.
Wonderful.
It's like there's a reason why it has landed and stuck around and stayed so relevant. It's like it's a crappy, out of nowhere animated film on Netflix, and it's just done huge numbers.
It is very well. Astronomical. It is beautifully animated. Like it's the animation and the music is kind of faultless. Yeah. The story's fine. Like and the humor is very. There's a character in it who is a sort of affable comic relief manager for the girls. He's like an Asian manager, and they wrote the character, and they got voice memos from Ken Jeong 10 seconds later, having just recorded the character without them writing the script. They're just like, yeah, obviously that's going to be fucking Ken Jeong.
Yeah,
great. But yeah, it's an okay movie. I like that movie. I think it's good.
Okay, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah, I think we're there, right? Is there can we say very quickly, is there a movie from last year, and if you want, I can go first so you can have a think about it, but is there a movie from last year you wish had been nominated for something, anything, that didn't make it in?
Well, no. I mean, Tom, the year I've had, I haven't seen any movies outside of what we're talking about. Yeah, I've not been to the cinema in so long. I feel like this isn't the year for me to talk about it.
Jesus, got real heavy. Maybe we should end.
Well, it's almost midnight, and
yes,
people need to know that we're recording late. But I'll just for the listener, I've moved interstate, changed jobs entirely. Still have a young child. Lots of things happening, so I just don't have time.
Just the way you phrased "still have a young child," that's still around. Still around.
No, I mean, he's still young. He's still he can't take care of himself. No, so I don't have any cinema time or movie time.
I know what you mean. But we went and saw Sinners together, so that was a sinner me time. Sinner me, sinner us time.
Wow, it was. And I'm really glad we did it. And that's the last time I ever saw you.
There was a movie from last year directed by Eva Victor. It was a directorial debut. It was called Sorry Baby. She wrote and directed it. She starred in it. She got a nomination for Best Actress in a I assume it was in a comedy at the Golden Globes, even though that movie is kind of a comedy and also, but like quite dark. She got a shout out from Julia Roberts at the Golden Globes, which I really appreciated. Yes. Julia Roberts said, "I love Sorry Baby." I was just like, thank you, Julia. Like throwing your star power behind something in a way I really appreciate. I think that's maybe the only. I think that movie is better than every movie that's nominated, apart from Train Dreams, which I think is a like 11 out of 11 masterpiece. I think Sorry Baby is just an exhilaratingly wonderful film. It's got some of those similar qualities where it's very touching, very human, very emotional, but it's incredibly funny. It's a very distinct voice and a very original filmmaker in Eva Victor. And I just really, 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 really was bummed that movie was kind of on the Academy's radar and it didn't go anywhere this year. So that upsets me a little. If anyone's listening and they give a shit about watching a movie that's not nominated, Sorry Baby rules. You should watch Sorry Baby. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I agree. I agree with Tom. Yeah, I mean, I would say obviously, if I had seen more films, I'd have a recommendation here because that's I didn't know this was meant to be prepared earlier.
That's
so
okay.
My bad, I guess.
I'm
like fucking throw me under the bus. But most of you, I assume, haven't seen Train Dreams, so see Train Dreams. And,
that would be
sob your little hearts out.
Beautiful.
Let it out.
Yeah,
it's so good. All right, well. One Battle After Another takes home most of it. Sinners is runner-up, does a wonderful job, has a good night. And then we'll see. Let's just quickly talk about how good that Conan is back.
Oh yeah,
absolute legend.
Conan
I hope he doesn't waste any time.
No, he won't waste time.
He won't waste time.
And that would be like us wasting time in an episode that's already 7 hours long.
Hey, thanks for making it this far.
Appreciate that. We're really sorry that the fan favorite couldn't be here for this episode, but we promise he'll be back.
Joel Edgerton?
Yes, obviously. He was too busy. He was, well, you know what he's like. He's always taking a little bit longer to finish things than normal. Old Joel Edgy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Marcus.
No, Marcus comes immediately. There's no edge.
Ooh, wow.
It's like U2 once their guitarist dies. There'll just be no edge.
But no one's mad about that because he's a terrible guitarist.
Obviously.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, I guess, and making it this far with us.
How long was that? Do we have what time? What are we at?
I'm looking at like an hour and a half. Ooh. Just over an hour and a half.
That's pretty big for us.
Yeah, we're still edging all the way. Send us your recommendations. What do you think is going to win? What do you think is going to lose? Any spoilers? All that sort of stuff. We love the Oscars. We love movies. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Through the power.
Thank you for listening to our Oscar special of Throw in the Pound. My name is Frank.
My name's Tom. I think instead of doing a write-in vote for Joel Edgerton, you could just tell the Academy that you're edging until the ceremony. And if you edge enough, you might get Joel out in front. So let's keep edging for the rest of the month, guys. I believe in you. No coming.
Through the power.
Oh, dear. Dear, oh dear. Cut.